Hi everyone, welcome to flosstube number 44, I think it is. So for today, because I've worked a fair bit on my cross stitching since I did the last flosstube, but for the last week or so I haven't done a lot of stitching as such because I've recently been away. I've been on vacation with my son to go and visit my friend in the West Midlands. Today I thought I would do a whips parade, so to speak. Now we'll be doing this in different parts because I have a lot of whips to get through to show you guys, so I won't be able to show it all today, so we'll be doing separate parts to this video. So yes, so without further ado, because I have got a lot to show you, so the first one that I'm going to show you, they're in no particular order, it's just what I've grabbed out of my stash. So the first one, I'll keep it in my Harry Potter stitching bag. This is the cross stitch bag that I purchased from Ladybirds. It's handmade by Ladybirds. She was at the, well, she organised the April stitching retreat that we went on, and I purchased this from her. She does absolutely amazing bags. And I keep in here one of my Harry Potter cross stitch designs. So the one I've got in here is, now I got this one from Tapestry Market. I'll be honest, I don't know if it's a licensed one because I can't know for certain if all of them are, but I'm not sure about this one. It's a Harry Potter motif, little motif. And what it's called for, actually, I'll get the bit where I'm working on and I'll show you what it actually calls for. So I've got it folded up in here, got my needle minder with my list of things on there. So what it's actually calling for me to do on this, now here's the bit that I've been working on. I've done the corner up there, it's a stamp kit obviously, by the way, and it's stitched on 11 count. I've been working on the border, working my way down, and I'm down to there at the minute. So what I'm going to continue with this one is I'm going to be working all of the border across, working my way up and then going across, and then I shall be working on the different motifs in the middle. Yeah, what this actually requires is the yellow bit in between, all of that is number 25, and it requires that you work on that in white thread, which have I got in here? It might be in the bag. Yeah, it is in the bag. It requires that you work on this like off-white thread here. However, I'm not going to do that. There's not very often that I'll actually change a cross stitch design that I'm working on. But the reason being is the fact that once this is washed, when I've stitched it, when it's washed and all the patterns come off, the fabric's white anyway. And I just think that all that yellow, obviously when I'll be stitching it white, I just don't think it necessarily needs it, because obviously when all that colour's washed off, you're going to have white fabric anyway. So I think the motifs are going to stand out a lot more if I don't stitch in all the yellow in white. They'll stand out a lot more on their own if I just leave all this, and when I do wash it, all the yellow will be washed off and you'll just get the white background anyway. So it just made sense to me to do that on that one. So that is where I'm stitched on at the minute, and my needle minder that I've got on here is of my dog Jessie, and it's the needle minder was made by Lisa S Stitches as well. So I haven't worked a lot on this one because this one, it's just kind of grab it when I feel like it kind of project. If I want to do something little, I'll do one of the little motifs, because it always feels like you're doing a little mini finish when you're doing something like that. So the next one, now this one is a kit that I had. This was my first ever unboxing and review kit that I ever had from a company, and it was by One Day Saving. I received this, I had this, I think it was about September or so last year. Could have been a little bit earlier, but I know it wasn't too early. But yeah, it's my first review kit and I'm doing well with this. I've still got a lot to do, a long way to go on this. So I have still got a fair amount to go. But it is quite a big one because it's 190 stitches by 260, so it is really, really big. But as you can see on here, now you've probably seen all this before in the previous videos, but I've stitched all the top there. I've stitched his hair, his skin. I haven't stitched her yet. I've been doing the background, but all here, I'm actually working on this bit now because I've stitched all the background down here to right down to the bottom. And now on this piece I'm actually working on the boy because I've stitched his hair, stitched his face, and I did the outline of his jacket. Now it's just a case of filling in his jacket and just doing that, and when I've done that then I'll go ahead and work on the girl. So I haven't stitched on this one for a little bit. This one is my extremely easy project because it is just block colour, so I use this for if I'm really watching something interesting. Possibly I might just get this out and just stitch it on my lap while I'm watching something. It doesn't need a whole lot of concentration on this. I'm still enjoying it. I'm still loving everything that I'm working on it. I'm having a lot of fun with that one, so I'm very much enjoying that. So the next one, now this is another review kit. Let me just get my notebook here because I've written down in my notebook, in this notebook I write down who sends me the review kits and unboxings, so I don't actually forget, and there is quite a few, so I've just got to check who this one is from. I have a feeling it might be from VIP cross stitch, but I just, hang on, Rose Joy Sunday, yeah it is VIP cross stitch. So this one, it's a Joy Sunday stamped kit of a rose. This one, it's actually on 14 count instead of 11 count because when I do have a look on their sites, I always mainly just go for the 11 counts now. And I thought, well, I hadn't really stitched any Joy Sunday kits and I wanted to give them a go to see if I'd like them or not. So this is a kit that VIP sent me for a review, and at the moment I'm not too far in, but I've done a little bit on it. I'm working on the leaf at the top left hand corner left hand corner at the minute, and that's how far I'm working now. Because I'm only stitching on a 14 count with this one, it only requires 2 strands of thread to do this one, so that's where I'm at on that one. Because I'm only having to use 2 strands of thread on this one, I don't have to thread it through the back. What I normally do is I'll just take one long strand off my threads, I'll fold it in half and I'll do it that way. So yes, not too much done, but I've done a little bit and I'm enjoying it. I am enjoying it. It's very enjoyable, that one. So I do like that. And I've got some thread there. So the next one, now this one, I've just been doing a little bit of stitching on this downstairs because I thought I hadn't worked on it for a while, so it deserved some love because I've not worked on it for quite some time. So this is the actual kit. It's Beauty Silhouette Design, and this was sent to me by, I'm sure it was One Day Saving. So let me just check in my thing. I'm sure it was one day saving. I will have it in here. New craft day, that's not it. So I've got new craft day. One day saving. Let's have a look. Disney Lodge, Twin Tower. Well, actually, I'm not too sure if it's one day saving then. So, everyday deals? Nope. Apparently, I've not written this one down. I haven't written this one down, but I'm sure this is by one day saving, this one. So, and the minute, where I'm up to on here is, now with my silhouette designs, I usually work from top corner and just go down, do rows or blocks. However, with this one, I wanted to go a bit different. I actually wanted to, now I did stitch a bit in the top corner, but I then decided that I wanted to work a bit from the middle, and I wanted to work my way out for a change and see how that works out. So the last time I showed you this, I only stitched like a bit of colour of hair there and down. However, I am filling in a bit of the black here now. So what I'm going to be doing with this is to about there, because I have still got some bits here. So I'm splitting up a bit, so I'm not stitching on either confetti stitches for ages or block stitches. Now I've done the bit of the colour there up to here, I'm going to stitch that all in black, get that done, and then I shall work the bit of more confetti down here, get that done, and then I'll do some more black there. So that is how far I'm on Beauty at the minute. And like I said, I've just been working on this one downstairs, and I'll continue working on this one later when I've finished the video, because I thought I hadn't worked on it for a while. So you know what it's like when you see one of the kits and you're like, you deserve some love, you are. You've been in the bag for a while, so you deserve some love. So yeah, that's the one I'm working on. Now the next one, technically I started this and it's only been a tiny little start because my children have been off school since this kit came. I did the unboxing for it. I did a little tutorial not so long ago, but I only got a couple of stitches in because unfortunately I had to stop the video quick and I had to go because my daughter had a little accident, but she was fine, and she was fine after. And then obviously, because the children have been off school, I've been doing stuff with the kids and being on vacation recently with my son while my daughter was with my husband. I haven't really had a lot of time to stitch as such, so I haven't had time on this particular project since I did the tutorial. But the project that I'm talking about is this one, the big large one. Now this one was sent to me by One Day Saving, I can remember that. And this is a 30 by 90 and it's all with the Disney characters on it. It's going to be absolutely gorgeous when that is eventually finished. And I say eventually because this is going to be such a big project to do. But let's face it, all other projects I've been doing have been fairly big. So yeah, I haven't done a lot on here at all, and you'll see what I mean in a minute. This is how far I've got. Yeah, not very far at all. I've only done the top corner, but I'm counting it as a whip because technically it started, so it's a whip. Yeah, I've only done that little bit because, like I said, I had to stop the video, went and sit on my daughter's, make sure she was all right. That's as far as I've done on that one. Yeah, I'll have to do some more on that. I need to make a point as well of getting a needle minder and putting it on that one because my needle is kind of running freely at the minute on the fabric. So if I just hook that in. there. That's it, hooked in now. So yeah, not much done on that, unfortunately, at the moment, because of the other projects that I've been working on. Not to mention, obviously, like I said, with having the kids from school. So the next one, I'm not exactly sure what I've got in here. It's in this bag. This bag was handmade. I can't remember who it was by though. I think it might have been B Crafty. I can't remember because it's been a long while since I've had this one for a couple of years now. It's obviously the Evil Queen characters. And we'll have a look at what's in here. Oh yeah, I know what's in here. Yeah, I haven't worked on this one for a while because I've got my other big kits as well. So this is a Heaven and Earth design, and it is Queen of Hearts by Michaela Sayeta, and artwork is by Rachel Anderson, and that is the design. So pretty, absolutely beautiful. I just wish I had more time to work on these kind of kits. And so far I have got up to, no, I've got this in the hoop. It's got a bit of a chart. Let me just pull this down a minute. You can't really see the chart, to be fair. No, I really scrunched up the fabric because I needed the frame, so I thought I'm just going to put it in the hoop, really crunch up the fabric, because actually this fabric is really nice and soft, so I was able to get it in. That is as far as I've got on that one. So yeah, not very far at all at the minute, but I've done a couple of, actually that's a couple of hundred, that is. So yeah, that is as far where I've got on that design at the moment. So not very far, but I always say cross stitch never goes out of date. It doesn't go out of date. So so we're only technically up to 18 minutes, and I'm just debating where I've got time to show you one more. Yeah, I'll show you one more because I want to show you the Harry Potter one. I'm back. I had to get my other one out from, I've got like at the bottom of my bookcase now, I've got these two little kind of plastic storage containers that I keep. One, I keep my kits in that I haven't started yet, and the other one I keep some of my whips in, so they're not all stocked in my craft bag. So the other one that I wanted to show you is this one, because I know you've seen this the last few times. This is the Harry Potter silhouette that I'm doing based on Philosopher's Stone. I got this one I bought this one myself from Tapestry Market quite a while ago. And I've done quite a bit on this. I'm not sure, the fabric's gone nice and soft on this as well. I'm not sure if I showed you this before, but this is how far I've got on there now. I may have showed you that I did all of the top section there, but since then I've actually been working on this bit here. So I'm not just stitching black, because I worked a load on the black. I thought I'm going to work on a bit of the pattern itself, so I've been working on the inside of the silhouette, like these eye shapes. There you can see the shape of Hedwig. If I hold it up close, when you hold it close sometimes you can't tell, but when you pull it back you can start to tell a bit. So that is how far I've got on my Harry Potter silhouette at the minute. And as I said, the fabric's gone really soft on that now because I've been working on that. So that is all that I'm going to show you in this video, because my phone, it doesn't like to, as I keep saying, it doesn't like to keep recording any higher than 20, about 25 minutes. And I feel like if I showed you something else now, I'd be rushing it. So that's where I'm going to leave it for my whips, for part 1 of my whip parade. There will be a part 2 and possibly a part 3. I'm not going to put them all together though, because obviously I might have stuff to film in the meantime. I have got an unboxing to do for One Day Saving, but I'm actually waiting for that. I'm currently waiting for that items to arrive from One Day Saving, so we'll be doing that one, and maybe a couple of other different films in the meantime. So I hope you've enjoyed part 1 of my whip parade for flosstube 44. Can't believe we're on flosstube 44. Saying that though, I've been doing this channel for quite a while now. I started this channel 2017 now, so 18, 19, 20, 21, about 5 years now I've been doing the channel. And flosstube, well, 44 floss tubes, if you come to think about it, it's not a lot of floss tubes, but saying that, it's because I've been doing other videos and that as well, colouring related, because yeah, I first started the channel as a floss tube channel, then I introduced colouring, adult colouring in the channel as well, because I started doing quite a bit of that, and maybe a bit of diamond painting in between, which I've recently finished a small partial of a diamond painting, which I'll probably show you in another video because it's currently hanging on the wall at the minute. And yeah, so that is about it. As I said, I haven't done a lot of cross stitching the last week or so, probably 2 weeks, because before I went away I started reading a collection of books because I was watching Shadowhunters TV series. Unfortunately it was cancelled on the 3rd series, no, the 4th one, which was more, yeah, it was confusing how they did that. They cancelled it, and basically the last season it was good, but certain parts of it they just rushed through it, and yeah, I didn't quite get it. But before we go on to what they did or didn't do, this is flosstube. But yeah, I've been in, because I'd watched the Shadowhunters, well, I watched Mortal Instruments with Jamie Campbell-Bower, and then I watched Shadowhunters, and then because I remembered I had the Shadowhunters book series that I had bought for me for Christmas the one year, so I started reading those, and now I'm on, this was only the other week, and I'm on book 4 already, about halfway through book 4, and that is really good for me because I can go ages and ages without reading at all. And then when I do read, I can, sometimes if the book is really interesting, I can just fly through it. But these Shadowhunter books I've been absolutely loving, I really have. And I know that Cassandra Clare, who does these books, she does some other books as well, combination with the Shadowhunter life and the underworld life, and I'm going to be looking into some of those next. So anyway, I've just been rambling on for about 5 minutes about books when it's a floss tube, but yeah, it's what I've been enjoying as well besides stitching. So anyway guys, I will leave it here for now before I prattle on anymore. I hope you've enjoyed part 1 of my whip parade, and look forward to part 2 coming out. So I shall bid you farewell. If you've enjoyed the video, please feel free to give the video a big thumbs up. I would really appreciate that. And if you're not already subscribed to the channel, then please feel free to join us. We would love to have you here. And until next time, I'll see you again soon. So goodbye for now, guys. Bye.